Well, I'm MoDre.
And I'm Lucy.
We're the Feel Good Service. We are a songwriting production duo. We started off in the music industry as touring musicians on the live side. Spent about 10 and 12 years performing with, touring with, TV shows with a bunch of people. CeeLo, Black Eyed Peas, Flo Rida, Jennifer Lopez.
Been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a journey, man. But no, it's cool. Yeah, that's kind of where we started, and now we're focusing more on our own artistry. We decided we wanted to take a shot on ourselves, and so we're doing more original music as well as developing artists and just writing and producing songs that we love.
The first project we did was called Dirty Funk and Soul. So that was Dirty Funk and Soul. It was funk, it was fun, it felt good, and that is still something that is close to our heart. But we also have the more acoustic side, singer-songwriter vibe, and we just love music. I feel like our sound is defined by our name, the Feel Good Service. So it's not one genre. We just do what makes us feel good. So.
I think right now we're in a season of transition musically. We've been doing more collabs. We just released a record called Fall in Love. We collab with Brent Tyler. Brent Wood is his artist name, producer, DJ out of LA. Co-produced that with me and co-wrote it with us. Also dropped a record with Kyla Greening recently and Aiden Fine. So it's just been a really cool time for collaboration, and then also when it pertains to our own artistry, just trying to show the different sides of who we are artistically. So I think, this next 6 months, between 4 and 6 months, you'll get to hear a little bit more songwriting and a little more storytelling, but excited. So many dope people. Luana, she's the homie, but I've been hinting at Nathan Judd, her producer, and at her that, eventually it'd be great to collab with her. Lisa Grace. She's another one we've been inbox talking about for the longest time about working. So I don't know. There's a slew, but those are probably at the top of the list of people we've been talking to and people that have kind of been inspiring.
Ooh.
Man, all over the place.
What our 3-year-old daughter wants to hear? No.
There's that. There's Stella doesn't run the radio, but for a 3-year-old, her playlist is like ABBA, Tori Kelly, and Prince and Michael Jackson. So Tori Kelly's new album is fire. I really liked Shawn Mendes's new album. It's beautiful, beautiful songwriting, man. A guy, artist and writer we love, Eddie Benjamin. The new Kendrick's pretty good. I started listening to it last week. JP Saxe is a really, I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but shout out to a buddy of ours, Will Wells from America. He's doing a lot of production and writing on it, but JP's voice and his songwriting ability that's what I mean. I think we did this whole series of funk for so long and R&B groovy stuff, and now it's just kind of back to the basics of it, you know what I mean? And still listening to Bruno Major is a big one, especially for this more kind of stripped down stuff. So
when we chose to step back from touring, that was quite a big decision for both of us, considering we were doing well the touring side, and for both of us to kind of go, no, I would like to refocus. I think that was the biggest turning point and step. Especially because it was starting from the bottom up again, trying to rebrand yourself is hard.
Well, especially when you've already kind of been to the mountaintop, or at least you've seen it, you've hung out up there, you know what the air is like, and then go back down to the bottom and have to work your way back up again.
Great fun.
Well,
it's great fun.
Nah, but you know what? It is though. It is because we're doing it our way. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. Most of the people that we love and that we are fans of created the world that they want to live in. Janelle Monáe, John Bellion. There's so many creative forces. King. Emily King, Jacob Collier, even, PJ Morton. Yeah. These people utilize their relationships within the industry because a lot of them are musicians and writers, and they garnered that, those relationships and built their own world and started making the music that mattered to them. So hardest thing we've ever done, but the best, hands down the best decision to hear our music in movies or on commercials or in whatever. That stuff means to me, it means 20 times what it felt to be on stage with some of these. And I don't take me wrong, we're so grateful. Yeah. But I think one of the things we've been talking about a lot lately is just how much value there is on betting on yourself. Yeah. And then that's one of the things we've been pushing to a lot of the kids and people we've been mentoring is I'm not saying don't go to LA, I'm not saying don't go to Nashville, I'm not saying don't go to London and try to shoot for the stars, but I think a lot of it builds with the work that you do here, wherever you're from, this, you know, not just in New Zealand, because ultimately the labels and the money and all that stuff's gonna come. If you're the best version of yourself possible, everything else is gonna, but don't go putting the cart before the horse. Sorry, not that you asked about all that, but that's just kind of where we are. Hey man, I'm just saying, bro, gotta keep it 100.
I'm gonna be very transparent. Lately, it's been hard to feel inspired and creative for me. I have had a few months where it's been pushing shit uphill. I've maintained it and we've been doing sessions and it's been really fun, but I haven't felt that thing. It's coming back. Music has always been my first love, you know, and it's like I think you just focus on that and remember that, and also remember that it's not going to be perfect and like awesome all the time, and be okay with that, because there were a few days where I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? But you keep pushing.
We've done a lot this year and worked with some really phenomenal people, but yeah, I think creatively, now that we're coming up on the end of the year, it's like we've just been finishing stuff up, so it's not like we've had a lot of time for play, you know, creatively. But I'll say, like I've said before, you know, you can't upload when you're downloading. And I think that right now, you know, we're in a space of like spending time with our daughter. You know, it's the holiday season. She just turned 3. So we're like, we're just living, you know, and letting these life experiences hopefully, you know, give us stuff to talk about when it's time to talk about it. You know, I think in the new year, we'll have a whole lot more to say. I'm sure we do. Or at least know how to say it. Be inspired enough to say it, because we got some stuff to talk about.
Got so many bloody voice notes.
Yeah, man.
We just need to finish them.
So definitely living life is probably the biggest inspiration. That little girl is hilarious and fun. Well, because she remembers she remembers. She's in that space of like, I'm a kid and everything is new and her imagination is running wild. It helps us remember what it's like. It's like, how do we get back to that childlike state? Oh, you just spend a bunch of hours with your 3-year-old and you're gonna remember what it's like to just.
She started writing songs too, so I think maybe we should steal them. It's all about poop.
Basically,
maybe that's the new thing, right? Yeah.
I'm a musician first, so for me, it's when I'm in a space where like my mind is going faster than my hands can pick up an instrument. For me, it's that when we start just kind of like just creating, and I can kind of go, and it's flowing.
There's been instances where he's picked up the guitar, started playing some chords, and it's like instantly you feel that pull, and we've pressed record and literally the whole song has come out melodically. With some random words, but you know, everybody wants to be great, right? So when you're in situations where you're collaborating in rooms with other people and then everybody's coming in like, yo, we gotta write a hit or we gotta get the best thing. So for me, I'm just like, bro, 30-minute challenge.
I'm serious, because honestly, bro, we can take ourselves too seriously. I mean, I'm my own worst critic when it comes to that. So I think that's our favorite part, when we can just have fun and create, and there's no preconceived notions, and it's when there's no pressure. Dude. Me, Aiden, and Kyla, like we separately, I've been having conversations with them and a lot of my creative friends about that, because you get to a point with this career that you're like, oh, I gotta be this, I gotta sell that, it's like, bro, why did we start doing this in the first place? Because we just love to bang on the drums, or because we love to mess around with these melodies? Get back to that, because that's what got us here.
Don't put boundaries on yourself, I think. You know, a lot of us can edit before we see what is coming out.
I'll add to that, do your research. You gotta know the industry and the world that you're walking into, and that's not genre specific. Like, sit down and listen to a lot of records. Study who wrote these songs. Know the linear notes. Because there's a level of consistency you'll find in your favorite songwriters. You'll be like, oh, that melody sounds like that melody. Oh, that was probably so and so, you know, or, you know. So I think, just engulf yourself in the music. If you really want to be a songwriter, study it. Study to show yourself approved, and I guarantee you'll look up one day after spending that time, and you'll have a wealth of knowledge and inspiration to actually go on and start doing it yourself.
And be kind. Don't be a dick.
Even when you get good, because there's always somebody better.
Help out Depot Sound.
Yeah, for real though.
Get this shit back.
Nah. Shit. Definitely want to say thank you to both of you guys, Noah and Alex, for having us, and want to give a special shout out to Depot Sounds. Yeah, a place that we personally have been and been creative and spent time, and definitely want you guys to be able to be back in there creating. So y'all support them, y'all donate, do whatever you need to do in order to make sure that these guys can get back in their creative space and keep churning out stuff like this. No doubt.